What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with a new episode of Reasonable Doubt, Season 3, Episode 1. Feeling it. Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Y'all make sure you like the video so I can stay in the algorithm. All right. I am going to give y'all episode 1, episode 2, and then episode 2. But let's just go ahead and start this episode. I thought it was good. So the episode starts with Jax walking in a room. She runs and sees somebody on the floor, and she starts to cry, because I don't know if they passed out, maybe unalive. I don't know. It's somebody in her house. I have a pretty good idea after watching both episodes, but I'm a wait. Anyway, we flash back to 6 months ago, and they're at a hearing with Toni because she's suing them. Y'all remember, she's suing them for her baby, not making it. So the lawsuit has been going on for over a year now. And Toni won't give in. She won't give in to this lawsuit. She wants it ongoing because I guess she's trying to prove a point. Like, do you want Louis? What is it? What is it about? Is it closure? What is it that you're needing? Because prolonging this is a mess. All right. So we meet Ozzy. Ozzy is a child actor, and Sal is his father. And they met with Jax. Ozzy is an actor, and Monica, I want to say, is his agent. She wants to rebrand his image from child actor and move more into a leading adult role. But they don't want his ex to run to the tabloids and put things out about him before his career even starts, right? So Jack express how, they want her to sign an NDA, right? What's his name? Ozzy was like, I don't want her to sign an NDA. I want to have time to think about it. I don't want to go through all of that. But the family wants otherwise. And the way his body language is, I don't know. So I'm assuming that the lady name is Wendy. That Wendy is pregnant, right? So in the next scene, Jack and Louis are having a conversation, and she expresses to Louis how Corey is being honored for Chantel, for representing Chantel in her case last year. And so she expressed how she don't really want to go, but Louis was like, you got to be a good sport and you probably should be there. So she decides to do so. Y'all know Corey is played by Morris Chestnut with his fine self. Okay. So Ozzy showed up at that award ceremony. I want to say he was being honored too. And then we meet Wendy. Wendy is his stylist, but also Wendy is his girlfriend. And so when Ozzy introduced himself to Jax, he made it seem like he never even met Jax before. So he was like, how are you? Nice to meet you. Yada, yada, yada. It made me go back and think like, oh, okay, you still sleeping with her. That's why you were really quiet about it. And his body language was a whole lot different when he was sitting with his family. So Jax sees Ozzy. She goes over and talks to him. He tells her that he's in love with Wendy despite what his parents are wanting. He's in love. And so Ozzy doesn't feel like an individual when it comes to his family. He feels more like a corporation. And that is a lot of pressure to be under. That's usually how child stars do. They start to take care of their parents, but also understanding that those parents, stop working and all of the things. I guess because they're as managers, they have to be there with their kids, so nobody won't take advantage of them. But meanwhile, parents are really taking advantage of their kids too. So anyway, Jax and Louis are at dinner. And this guy walks up. He's another attorney. He walks up and he sees Jax, introduces himself, And then Tony shows up because that is her date. And so they was like, Jax was shocked. She was like, "Oh, Tony." And so the guy was like, "Oh, so y'all know each other?" And she was like, "They unalived her baby." And Jax said, "No, she slept with a married man. She slept with my husband. And she also sleep with women too. Is that what you do?" Okay. She told him, "Yeah, so, you might want to wear a condom because you don't know what's swimming in that little swamp." But she said, but the cornbread is really good. Louis, of course, looks uncomfortable because Jax speaks her mind. Like, you're not finna play with me. That's just how Jax is. Like, you're not finna play with me. Period. So, sorry, y'all. Louis and Jax get home and they get into it because he feels like, you're allowing Tony to get under your skin. Louis admit maybe he should have went to Jaden's memorial. But Tony, for me, she's still looking for something. I don't know if she wants something from Louis. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what it is. Closure. What type of closure? Like, what are you looking for? And because it shows just because she won't let this case go. And so in the next scene, we meet Bill. Bill is played by Joseph Sikora, aka Tommy. All right. This is who the partners wanted to be partner, but Jax feels like he's not ready yet because he hasn't touched any criminal cases. All right. So they let him know, he's not going to be partner. They tell him, he needs more time. He want to know what can he do to speed up the process. So they close the door and have a closed door conversation with Bill. So then we get to Ozzy. Ozzy goes over to his parents' house and he tells them, I'm not moving forward with the NDA business with Wendy. His mom, who's played by the lady who played Will Smith mom in Bel Air, that's Ozzy's mom. And his mom tells him, her name is Rose on here. She lets him know all the things that they sacrificed for him and that he's ruining their lives with all of this Wendy debacle. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I thought this was his life, not really yours. So Ozzy says that he's standing on his own and he decided to fire his parents as managers. And he's not taking the movie role. He keeps saying we. And when he say we, he's meaning him and Wendy. So apparently they've been together for 2 years. And now she's going to be his wife. And at this point, his mama is pissed. All right. So Rose called Wendy a cradle robbing cougar because she's older than him. And not that he's a cradle robber now, he's grown, but she must have been working with him for quite a while. Anyway, Ozzy feels like Wendy treats him like a man, unlike his mom, who emasculates him. Not just him, but him and his dad, and he's not going to stand for it anymore. His mama tell him, well, look who's been colonized. I said, oh my. She feels like he's kicking them to the curb. She feels like he's kicking them to the curb when they have always been there for him. All right. So Mama Rose decides to let him know about his cum guzzling snow bunny. So I don't know what happened. I don't know. We don't know what that mama told him, because the next thing we knew, he was confronting Wendy outside. They're outside, like having a full-on argument. And so Wendy tells him his parents are manipulating him. And she was like, I can't do this no more. And so he was like, that's all you do. All you do is run. All you do is leave. And I figured you're about to do something stupid instead of letting this lady leave. Like, please don't do nothing stupid. So she leaves and he goes behind her, but then we don't know what happens after that. So in the next scene, Bill and Jax meet for lunch. He want to know why he's not partner, and she wants him to be more experienced in criminal cases. She tells him, just let me get to know you and I'll consider it. So at the hearing, we get back to the hearing. The attorney, lets them know that she now wants to sue them for, Tony wants to sue Jax and Lewis for $1.5 billion. And Jax was like, what is it? And so the lawyer tells her, listen, it may be closure that she's seeking. It may be closure. Like, it could be something just as simple as that. So Wendy's friend, who is played by Cash Doll, reports her missing. I noticed that officer's demeanor was a little different when she told the officer that Wendy was a white woman. And then in the next scene, Ozzy calls Jax because now he needs an attorney because he was down for questioning, and then they made it seem like it was him who did it. So we find out that Ozzy called both Chris and Jax. And the next day, Jax gets to the office. She agrees to help him. She asks Bill to help with Ozzy's case. And of course, he's playing nice to get what he wants instead of just doing his job. So Lewis goes to a little shop, and he sees Tony in there, and he talks to her. He goes home to let Jax know that she will drop the case. She will drop the case of the lawsuit if Lewis has spent the night with her. And my face was like, oh, okay, girl. Anyway, y'all, it was good. I will catch y'all in the next episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it down in the comments, and I'll see y'all.